repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Tamir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coon. The white man to go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations, I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I won't always smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, touch one of my new sons. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X to my jeans and I got...
This is the sound of everybody.
All right, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your daily vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so let's get black into it, honey, because it is all nefarious. Now, I meant to give you all on this channel, I meant to give you all an update on the Javion McGee story yesterday, but I got sidetracked. But so anyway, there's some more information now. With that all being said, they have actually released the 911 call. And, people are saying it sounds real suspicious. Okay. They also released the video of him in Walmart, and he, in fact, did purchase a blue rope. Now, does that mean that he took that rope and did something to himself with it? No, that doesn't mean that. Okay, he was a truck driver. Maybe he was going to use that rope to secure something on the vehicle. I don't know. But let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen and show the video where he... Okay, this is supposedly new information. Everyone, please get the likes up. Okay, James Allen said the 911 call sounds sus. Yeah, like what were they trying to change the voices for or whatever? I don't know. Something very strange. But it's also said that the sheriff lied about saying that Javion wasn't hung from a tree. Said he was sitting in front of the tree with a rope around his neck. It wasn't a noose. Well, now they're saying that's all an outright lie. That the sheriff, the black sheriff, lied. Now I want you all to pay attention because Kasim Reeves did the same thing here in Atlanta where there was a 23-year-old black man found hanging from a tree in Piedmont Park where days prior, members of the Klan, that's right, the KKK, had been roaming that park passing out flyers, trying to recruit people. Okay, so when this man's found dead hanging from a tree in Piedmont Park, Mayor Kasim Reeves was the first one on the news, along with the police's line selves, talking about, oh, nothing to see here, folks. There's no evidence of foul play. So you mean to tell me that a black man thinks that another black man literally hung himself from a tree? Yeah, please make it all make sense, okay? Just
making national headlines. The Vance County Sheriff's Office released this video that they say shows Javion McGee buying rope at a Walmart in Henderson hours before his body was found hanging from a tree. McGee's death sparking many questions, especially from his family, who is pleading to learn more about what happened. They say he was never suicidal and does not have a history of mental illness. McGee's body has been taken to the medical examiner for an autopsy, but a cause of death has not been released. The Vance County Sheriff's Office will continue investigation circumstances of his death.
Tom Luganville on the Big Ten. It's college football smothered and covered.
okay, so with that being said, they didn't really show him. Hold on. Or did I miss it? Because I turned away for a second. Hold on. Let me pull up something else. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. I think this might be it right here. Let me see. Is this it? Okay, so here's a clear video of him actually in Walmart purchasing the blue rope. Okay, so he did in fact purchase the rope as was said, okay? But that doesn't mean that he did anything to himself. That's all I'm saying. It looks like they're just trying to paint narratives. And some people said that it wasn't him in the video because the pictures they put out, he had longer hair. Well, he just got a haircut. Okay, but so I'm going to go to the video
that my friend Prophet PI did on TikTok. He did several videos about this. He's really following this story. And so I'm going to post the latest updates that he has posted. And this one is with the 911 call. Okay, like stuff, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Here we go.
Well, they released the 911 call. First, let me address this. Everybody's talking about, it doesn't look like him in that video, the surveillance video at Walmart. Well, he cut his hair. That picture that I was showing on the other videos with the dreadlocks and stuff, that's an older picture. But I'm going to let you guys listen to this 911 tape. Tell me what you think, because I'm trying to figure out who are they trying to protect, because the voices have been altered to where you can't tell who's talking. I guess they don't want the identity of whoever made the 911 call revealed. Something is definitely amiss on this right here. Something is. This is wild, you guys. You know what I'm saying? This is a deep story. And I want you to pay attention to your comments, because I truly think the person who is responsible for this right here is in everybody's comments. I know they in mine, because certain things are being said and stuff, man. It's like, the milk stinks and the water stinks. But something is amiss about this whole thing. Who are you trying to protect? Because you clearly altered those voices on this whole 911 tape, including that surveillance video after he went into the parking lot. Walmart has more cameras than one that's way far away. They have cameras all on those poles outside. They have cameras on top of the buildings that hits all points. We don't play that game. Ain't nobody that ignorant. But anyway, listen to this 911 tape. Let me know what you guys think.
It's Kelly 911 emergency.
All right. I had some guys out here mowing grass, and I think y'all man out here hung himself in a tree.
The guy hung himself in the tree?
Yeah, he looked dead.
Okay, what's
he got a rope around his neck.
Okay, and are you with him now?
Yeah.
Okay, and how old does he look?
25, 30, maybe.
Okay, 25 or 30. Yeah. Okay, is he awake?
No, I think he's dead.
Breathing? Okay.
No, it don't look like it. No, he looks dead.
Okay, all right, I got it.
I'm a first responder. I don't know how long he's been there.
All right, I'm just putting it all in here. Give me 1 second.
Pretty good.
I'm just putting everything. Everybody's already dispatched out there, and give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second for me. Okay, you there, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got everybody on the way. Is there a defibrillator available?
He's hung himself. Yeah, he's gone. I ain't touched him. I ain't been around him yet. I mean, I've been close enough. I don't see him breathing at all.
Okay. All right, and
no, it ain't no defib around here.
Okay, gotcha. I got everybody on the way out there.
Yeah, I hear the sirens, man.
Yeah.
It's just pulling him in now.
Okay. You see them, they're pulling up?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Ticket! Woo! Here, just walk up here.
Okay.
Just, yeah,
Okay, so with that all being said, why did they alter the voices for the 911 call? What was the point of that? What was the point of them doing that? I don't get why they altered the voices for the 911 call. I don't get it. And then the person, Moonface, said, did he chuckle after he said he was dead? Yeah. And James Allen says the same thing. Like, why did he laugh? Exactly. Like, that's very suspect. Okay. Why would you laugh when someone's dead, first of all? And why? And here's the thing. When the person called, they said the guy hung himself from a tree. Now, they said that he wasn't hung from a tree. He was sitting in front of the tree. But that person said he hung himself from a tree. But why did they say he hung himself from a tree? Why didn't they just say he was hanging from a tree? How did they know he did it? This is all very suspicious. To me, that caller may be the one who did it. Okay, I'm just saying. But anyway, let's continue. Because there's another video where Prophet PI says that the sheriff is a liar. Okay. I'm going to share my screen.
I want to point out several things to you guys that just make sense. One is the family wasn't lying when they said that Javion was hanging from a tree. Two, Sheriff Brame, he lied. He said that he wasn't hanging from a tree. You remember the statement he made. He wasn't hanging from a tree. He wasn't lynched. No, all that stuff, right? So he was hanging from a tree. Reason being is because, one, they disguised and masked the 911 call, so you wouldn't tell who it was. But we could clearly tell who it was. It wasn't one of these. It was one of these that was talking. And in that conversation, because Juju even played it, in that conversation, the man laughed, but also he said he is hanging from a tree and he did it to himself. How did you know that? That leads to my point number three. Point number three is, and if you look at my other two videos, I did say, and I had to say allegedly, but I did say there is a sheriff's deputy who drives a black SUV who lives next door, across the street. He lives across the street from TNR Trailer Repair. He has video ring camera on his door. I know this because there are several people who we had go down there and look around that area. And looking around that area and stuff, we noticed a lot of things, a lot of inconsistencies and stuff in that 911 call. The person said they were a first responder. The person laughed when it's talking about this boy being unalive. This person also said he hung himself. How do you know that? And as I stated in my earlier video, when a couple of people told me that I was lying and said that it wasn't a blue rope, and then when it finally came out, it was a blue rope, then they were trying to figure out how I got that information the same way I got this other information. Okay, so look, that was an Ozark rope, 50 foot. The max weight is 195 pounds. That is the strength of it, because it'll snap after that. But this person on the 911 call, I'm going back to that, said he hung himself. How did you know that? Because a normal person walking up on a scene like that right there, we're not going to automatically in our mind say, oh, I just walked up on the scene, 911, and this person hung themselves. No, we're going to say, hey, there's somebody hanging from a tree. We need 911. We need the police over here, something. But you're not going to just automatically say, oh, they did this to himself. So it's a lot of lies. The milk stinks and the water stinks. This is election season. During election season, you don't want stuff happening in your town that will cause you not to win an election. So a lot of things are going to get covered up. A lot of things are going to get pushed to the side. So who was this sheriff's deputy? What's his name? That lives across the street from TNR Trailer Repair that saw all this right here happen. Did he do something to Javion? We just want to know. I'm just asking a question. All the footage that's been pulled from the Shell gas station, GFL, from the church, anybody else that's around in that area and stuff, where's all that video footage at? Because I know you pulled it, and you're probably trying to suppress it. Where's the rest of the video footage from Walmart? Because Walmart has cameras all around their parking lots, also all around their building. It hits every single point, even in the aisles. Even when you walk out the door, as you saw in that video footage, it's right there in your face. So there's many cameras because they did a lot of upgrades. I used to be a regional LP manager for Walmart, so I know what they have, and I know what they're capable of having. I know the documentation that you got to submit in order to get those. So where's the rest of that video footage? And to address something else, yes, I know when depression is walking around, it can mask itself. It can seem like it's happy and all that stuff, but I know what that stuff looks like. And on him, he did not have it on him. That spirit of heaviness was not on him like that. No, sir, no, ma'am. You can't even convince me to even think that way. The milk stinks and the water stinks. You need to come out with the truth.
Why is the
Yeah, they do need to come out with the truth because right now it's just lies and cover-ups, okay? I mean, I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense if they're trying to be transparent and they're trying to get justice for Javion, why they would sit up there and, edit the 911 call, for one, distort it. And then another thing is, days ago when he was reported, when they found his body, they immediately said that he did it to himself. And they said that he wasn't lynched. But why did they call the FBI if that's the case? I told you all that didn't make any sense. So they're clearly lying. The question is, why are they lying? Did the person across the street actually do something to him? And why hasn't their ring door cam footage been put out there? Okay. And yes, like he said, Walmart has very good surveillance. All right. So you're going to tell me that they don't have any more footage other than inside of him buying the rope? It just sounds like a bunch of lies. Now let's talk about Tiffany Lucas. For those of you who don't remember, Tiffany Lucas is the white woman who murdered her two biracial half-black sons. Beautiful little boys, ages 6 and 9. And I reported on that, but now she's trying to act like she's crazy. Okay, I want y'all to pay attention. Beautiful little boys that she just took up out of here, and now she wants people to think that she's crazy. No, she's not crazy. She's just a wicked witch. But let's talk about it. Mom, who claims she was so stupid and shot two young sons in the head in bedroom by accident, now says that she's legally insane. So she diagnosed herself. A Kentucky mother charged with murdering her two young sons, ages 6 and 9, by shooting them in the head in a bedroom at home in November of 2023, will attempt to fight the case at trial by arguing that she was legally insane at the time. Now, Tiffany Ann Catherine Lucas has been in custody in Bullitt County since November the 8th, when she was booked into jail and charged with murdering sons Maurice Peanut Baker Jr. and Jaden Howard by shooting the children at their Shepherdsville home. On that day, she's accused of firing 4 shots within a 30-second span. Okay, and then claiming that it was an accident. Now, first of all, it takes 7 pounds of pressure to pull back a trigger. And she did that not once, not twice, not 3, but 4 times, and that's an accident. So anyway, at the same time, she allegedly told authorities she was being manipulated through Facebook, through the internet, or through Wi-Fi into doing what she did, raising questions about her mental state that remain relevant to this day. There's nothing wrong with her. This is what the devils always do. Okay, play crazy. Please pay attention. Now, Kentucky law notes that if a defendant like Lucas intends to pursue an insanity defense, the defendant must file a written notice of his or her intention at least 90 days prior to their trial, after which point prosecutors would be granted reasonable time to move for examination by a psychologist or a psychiatrist. They need to let me examine her, okay? Because I know she's lying. But anyway, according to WHAS, Lucas's defense has formally notified the court of the intended insanity defense while not challenging her competency to stand trial. Remember that other nefarious man that shot up the black people at Kroger in Louisville? Okay, Louisville, Kentucky. J-Town, Jeffersontown. Y'all remember that? He went to the black churches first, but they had their doors locked. And so he went and shot up those black folk. Remember, he, tried to play crazy too. And then they said, oh, he's incompetent to stand trial. These devils know exactly what they're doing. Okay. So in short, the defense is not arguing that Lucas didn't commit the shooting, but that she is not criminally culpable because she was not legally sane at the time. Now, in comments to the local ABC affiliate, Baker's stepmom, Michelle Rice, and an aunt both said that there's no way the shooting was an accident and that it's not mental illness that's to blame. Rather, Lucas knew what she did and knew that it was wrong. This is what her own family said, okay? Her own stepmother and aunt. So they know the bitch is lying. Please pay attention. Now, the case is currently on track for trial in December, 8 days before Christmas, and it's unclear if the insanity defense will impact potential for a plea deal. They need to give this woman the death penalty. I'm sorry. This was cold and callous and clearly premeditated. Why isn't she up for the death penalty? Forget life in prison. Send her to the death penalty, okay? That's what she needs. Now, the Bullitt County Sheriff's Office has said that a neighboring husband and wife saw Lucas lying down in their driveway on the morning of the slayings, and the men called 911 after discovering the shocking scene inside the suspect's home. Lucas had allegedly told the neighbors her kids were dying. Days later, a detective testified that Lucas, under questioning, remarked, saying, "I'm in such a bad spot." Okay, claimed that the shooting was an accident. "I'm so stupid," and claimed that she would never do anything like this unless someone manipulated her. The killings left the community and the victim's family shaken and demanding answers. After the shooting, Bullitt County Sheriff's Office Chief Deputy Colonel Alex Payne said that Maurice and Jaden had different fathers. It was later reported that Jaden's father died in 2019. Lucas, who reportedly once served a month in jail in a drug possession case that had already raised concerns about her ability to parent, okay, according to a family friend. Okay, so maybe she did that because she didn't want anybody else to have them and take them away from her. And she says, I feel like our system failed them. This is what Joe D. Estes said. And there comes a time when you have to listen to when people try to tell the authorities instead of the authorities just putting it away or not wanting to or wanting you to know. Listen to the family members, she says. And the family is going to blame themselves for the rest of their lives for this day, and they should not have to. Now, Estes appeared to be referencing reporting about Jarrell Howard, the victim's older brother, telling the media that family members had called Child Protective Services on Lucas in recent years. They had definitely been reporting this lady that she was doing the various things to these children. She was neglecting them, not taking care of them, and whatnot. But nobody did anything because she's like bright and she's white. So that's what it is, as far as I'm concerned. Now, had that been a black person, maybe they would have looked a little bit more had a little bit more scrutiny, but they didn't do anything. They just took her word for it. Now, so goes on to say, Jarrell Howard says, I should have done more. Okay, he's completely heartbroken. Said, if it came to me snatching the boys out of the house, I should have. And I will hold that on my back for the rest of my life for them boys. So very sad. Very sad. Absolutely heartbreaking story. Now I'm going to show some video footage of her. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to show some footage of her and the boys. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. And I'm going to put an overlay on the screen.
Peanut.
A mom in Kentucky is behind bars charged with murdering her 2 young sons. We're talking with Colonel Alex Payne, Chief Deputy at the Sheriff's Office, about the investigation so far. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. I really just want to start off, how is the community reacting to this? How is the family of the boys reacting to this?
As you would expect, in shock, a lot of grief, horrific act, just as you would expect any community, I guess, across this country to react to something like this. It's shocking. It's something that you never want to confront, but unfortunately we have. However, we have a strong community here in Bullitt County, and they're supporting the loved ones, the family of these young children.
In your career in this community, have you ever seen anything like this?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I want to get into it, try to understand it. First, let's start from the beginning. How was there a witness that told police that Lucas did this?
There, we have a witness that was located there on scene. We're still into that part of the investigation. We'll still be hammering that out, but there were statements evidently that were made there on scene. To our recollection right now, the individual that is responsible basically went next door to a neighbor's house, and was eventually, there was a husband and a wife there, and she was actually in their driveway, laying down in their driveway when they came across her. The husband ended up going inside the house, locating the boys, and immediately coming out and calling 911. And that's when the police and EMS response occurred.
This witness was in the house when the shooting took place? Was this person injured at all? No.
There's no, as far as we know, right now, there's actually, to our knowledge, at this point right now, no actual witness to the shooting itself.
Okay, because I think there was some reporting as almost this person was an eyewitness to the shooting. That wouldn't be accurate.
No, it would not.
But this person does have knowledge about what happened.
Yes, they do.
First responders immediately come. They try to save the life. The boys died on the way to the, directly at the hospital. I mean, was there any chance? How severe were the wounds? If you could tell us, were they shot multiple times? Just trying to get a sense of what happened to them.
I can tell you that the boys were shot in an area that would not be survivable for anybody. However, they were alive, to the best of our knowledge, when they were transported by EMS to the hospital. and passed away while at the hospital.
And they weren't able to say anything, right?
No.
Were they shot multiple times?
That's yet to be determined. There's that'll come out during the autopsy, so I don't want to say.
Sure.
Without actually having that factual information in front of me, which I don't. But it wouldn't surprise me. But like I said, I don't. I can't factually state that right now.
Has the weapon been recovered? Has it been analyzed?
There was evidence there that it was recovered at the scene, and again, that's part of the ongoing investigation. All of that evidence will be analyzed.
So, in other words, and I know there's you're limited in what you can say, but the actual home is being processed for evidence currently.
Has been, yes, sir. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Are there any other areas that you're looking at?
Not right now. No, sir. Everything appears at this point in time to have been contained right there inside that home at that address.
Colonel, you know what I'm going to ask you, because I think it's what everybody's wondering. Why would this have happened? If she killed her children, what would be a potential motive? Have you unearthed anything?
No, we really, as far as our responsibility, and you know this, from law enforcement, we're responsible actually for the criminal investigation itself, and then being the best witnesses that we can possibly be for the information that we put forward to the prosecutor. So motive sometimes can be a byproduct, but I can tell you now, in my 40 plus years of being in this line of work, there are three things that I've seen, and it can be these things individually, or it can be these things in combination. You can have a individual who is suffering from some type of mental illness. You can have an individual who has some type of substance abuse problem, or that individual can simply be just that evil, or it can be a combination of those things. I haven't seen any other outliers other than those three. And so right now, I guess it's, anybody's guess as to which one of those she covers.
So there's no evidence at this point about which of those, those paths she might have gone down if she did this.
No, not right now. Not that I know of.
What do we know about her? Do we know anything about her relationship with her children?
That'll come out, and you know how these things go. We respond there. This is the first time we've come across these people, this family, these neighbors, and it's under these horrific circumstances that we have to basically turn back time, from the time that we arrive on the scene to basically recreating the last moments of the lives of those young boys, and then start digging into, all of their lives, and just kind of turning everything back and putting it together as best we can. So
Okay, so that was right after that interview was done with the officer, right after this all happened. Okay, and the people on the scene, the first responders, police, were very upset by what they saw. And that police officer, I believe he's the sheriff, he was definitely one. Okay, and like he said, those children had other family, they had friends, they were in school. People were really hurt by their loss. Their mother, in my opinion, I don't think she's crazy at all. I don't think there's anything mentally incompetent about her. However, she was using drugs. She was on drugs. And I think that, along with her being wicked, just an evil person, I think that's exactly why she did it. You see, she was evil because other family members wanted those children. If she did not want them, she could easily have given them to the other people to raise. She could have given them custody, but she didn't want to do that. And how do you know that she was just wicked? It's because, this is why they had called Child Protective Services on her before for things that she was doing or not doing for those children. So it's just all real sad. It's absolutely heartbreaking. Beautiful little boys that never got to live their lives thanks to a wicked, nefarious mother. Just like in the case with Susan Smith, she killed her beautiful little sons too. Andrea Yates killed all 5 of her children. But in Andrea Yates's case, I do believe that she in fact, did have mental illness. I believe that she absolutely did have mental illness. I think she was suffering from postpartum depression. And I also think that it had a lot to do with demons, malevolent spirits, okay? Because remember, like I told you, all of her children were named after characters in the Bible. Okay, that just makes me think that, something, there was some sort of spiritual warfare going on with that whole thing. That's what that seemed like to me. And she didn't have the same demeanor, in my opinion. Andrea Yates didn't have the same demeanor as Susan Smith, who was clearly crying crocodile tears. And with this woman, Tiffany Lucas, who has this stoic look on her face and empty eyes, like it's looking into the eyes of a shark, like there's no life behind it. So very different circumstances as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, let's continue, because here's the thing. Do you all remember that low down, nefarious little 14-year-old that shot her mother that I was talking to you all about the other day? So now they have video footage that came out today, in fact, 8:56 this morning. So I'm going to show you all this, because chilling in the kitchen, the camera shows 14-year-old girl casually using her cell phone just moments after mom screams and 3 gunshots are heard from the bedroom. I want y'all to pay attention. She gave 0 F's. Okay, this is a whole psychopath. Okay, harrowing kitchen camera video played at 15-year-old Carly Gregg's murder trial on Tuesday appeared to show the Mississippi teen hiding something behind her back and walking towards her bedroom just moments before the sounds of 3 gunshots and her mother's screams could be heard. The video from the afternoon of March 19th showed that Gregg, then 14 years old, was at the Brandon residence when 40-year-old Ashley Smiley, her mother, and a math teacher in the Rankin County School District, was fatally shot in the face, and that the defendant immediately after shooting went to the kitchen and started using her phone, okay, as her 2 dogs hovered around her. Like she didn't have a care in the world. I want y'all to pay attention. This is all crazy. I'm going to share my screen. Like stuff, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
No further questions, Your Honor.
You can stand down, but you're still under subpoena. You don't need to discuss your testimony with anyone. Yes, sir. While he's exiting the room, do any of the jurors need a restroom break before we have further witnesses? Anybody? All right. State may call its next witness.
State Public Investigator Zachary Connor.
I apologize. Everyone remain seated while the jury exits. Let's have a seat until the jury exits. Y'all just knock and let me know when you're ready. All right, for those in the audience, one of the jurors signaled that they did need a restroom break. We'll be in recess for 15 minutes. State, go on ahead and get your first witness. Get them on front row, okay? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so with that all being said, that little girl looks like a whole demon. She looks like a little demon to me at the end of the day. Has anyone else notices that the white woman's hair is getting thinner and thinner? Okay, no. The principal paraphernalia said, why no cuffs? Yeah, exactly. That's a good question, honey. I wouldn't be going with her to the restroom. I wouldn't be anywhere near her because to me, she's just like a whole little old demon. Okay, so around the 45-second mark of the footage, Gregg in a Nirvana t-shirt could be seen peering into the kitchen as if to check if someone was there and appeared to be holding an object behind her back out of view of the camera. Moments later, the gunshot is fired and Smiley lets out 2 screams. 2 more shots are then fired. I think she absolutely. Someone asked, did she not know that they had cameras in the home? I think she knew they had cameras. That's why whatever it was that she picked up off that counter, she hid it behind her back so that it wouldn't be on the camera. That's just my opinion. Now, Gregg then returned to the kitchen and started fiddling with a phone, possibly texting. Okay, prosecutors have alleged that she used her mother's phone to lure Heath Smiley to the house by texting, when will you be home, honey? And that she later shot him in the shoulder before the man wrestled the gun away from her. Prosecutors have also alleged that Gregg texted one of her own friends, BW, they use the initials because this person's a minor, to come over to the house claiming that there was an emergency. Once the friend arrived, Gregg allegedly asked her if she'd ever seen a dead body before leading the witness to the victim's body and saying that her stepfather was next. Okay, at the 1 minute and 50 second mark of the video, Gregg left the kitchen upon hearing sounds of her mother dying. She returned a few minutes later and started tending to her dogs. Nearly 50 minutes later, video from the garage showed Gregg running away after she allegedly shot Heath Smiley and struggled with him over the gun. Okay, here's the video of that. This thing is a little devil. I'm sorry. This is a whole demon. Okay, who does this at the age of 14? You done lured somebody to the house to take them out? I mean, this is all crazy. Hold on.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Smiley, is that a true and accurate representation of what you recall once you got home that afternoon?
Yes.
Who was that screaming that we heard on the video?
It was Carly screaming, and you heard me holler, "What's the matter?"
And what about seeing Carly made you ask her what was wrong?
I could immediately tell that something was bad wrong with Carly. Just the screaming, her eyes were just huge. Looked like she was terrified.
Have you ever heard Carly scream like that before?
No.
Have you ever seen Carly look as terrified as she did on March 19th before?
No.
Would Carly have any reason to run from you?
No.
Mr. Smiley, can you describe the full floor plan at your house?
I guess it's what you call a split. It's got kind of on the north end, it's a master bedroom, bath, and closet. Living room and kitchen kind of in the middle, and then on the other end there's two smaller bedrooms that share a bathroom in between the two.
And where was Carly's bedroom?
It was on the southeast end of the house.
And
corner.
you mentioned that there was where Carly's bedroom was, there was also a bathroom and another room.
Yes.
What did you use that other bedroom for?
A lot of just general storage stuff, and had some weights, and there's a little treadmill in there.
Kind of what we call like a junk room.
Yeah, a lot of junk in the closet on a shelf and laying around.
And is there a hallway that separates the kitchen and the living room from that side of the house?
Yes.
And where was the indoor camera located?
It was in the corner of the kitchen / dining room open area.
And is the kitchen, living room area of your house, is that open?
Yes.
And let me ask you this. How would you describe your and Ashley's marriage?
We got along great. We, I don't guess we ever really had anything we just disagreed on or anything.
And were you still in your honeymoon phase?
Yeah.
And just for the record, you can't nod. You have to answer yes or no for the court
Yes.
reporter.
Yes, I'm sorry.
And what, if anything, had Carly told you about her biological dad, Kevin Gregg, doing drugs?
Everyone that I can think of, it sounds like he has either tried or does regularly.
And what did her biological dad doing drugs in her presence?
He was constantly doing drugs in front of her, blowing smoke in her face. Turns out that he sat her down and made her drink a entire beer when she was 12.
And what, if anything, had Carly told you about her dad offering her drugs during her visitation periods?
Not sure on that, but I think she said they were laying around all over the place throughout his house. And I think he had tried to get her to do some various things at one point or another.
Okay, so are they trying to paint the narrative that because her father did such nefarious things, that's why she did what she did? Well, I don't agree, because if that's the case, why didn't she do anything to the father that was doing these things? Okay, Trisha said he looks like a young Anthony Hopkins. He definitely does. Okay, he really does look like Anthony Hopkins. So Queen Sam said, objection, Your Honor, relevance. Okay, yes, and that's what I'm trying to see. How is that relevant? Because, like I said, she's probably trying to lay out the groundwork to basically imply or insinuate that this girl did what she did because she was so impacted by the father that was using drugs and trying to get her to do drugs and gave her a beer when she was 12. Let me tell you something. At the end of the day, that's no excuse for her nefariousness. Now, she took out her mother and had the wherewithal to do it off camera because she knew those cameras were there. That's why she hid whatever object it was behind her back. And then she was so callous that she didn't show any remorse, empathy, nor sympathy. She wasn't crying. She didn't seem to be visibly upset when she came back into the kitchen after doing so. She, in fact, picked up her phone like it was just another day at the park and texted her friend about a dead body and telling her friend to come over to the emergency. And then when she gets there, says, "Oh, have you ever seen a dead body?" Okay, so this is just a wicked little girl. Okay, the wicked teenager at the end of the day. She's not even a little girl; she's a young adult. She's wicked and nefarious as far as I'm concerned. And, at the end of the day, those things that she said about her father, well, I'd have to even ask, are they even true? Because somebody who will commit this type of crime so callously, you can't believe anything they say. Okay? You can't believe anything they say. And if her father was doing those things around her, then why did the mother and stepfather allow her to keep going? Why didn't they report him? I just have questions. At the end of the day, I don't know. It all sounds real crazy. But let's talk about it because here's an 11-year-old who came to school with a kill list. An 11-year-old. What is wrong? These kids are getting younger and younger with their thuggish, ruggish, bone type behavior and nefariousness. Let me put his picture on the screen. 11 years old. That's him, Carlos. All right. So little Carlos had a whole kill list. Florida boy, 11 years old, gets handcuffed, thrown in jail after sheriff says that he bragged about a kill list and had an arsenal of swords and knives. I want y'all to pay attention because he had all sorts of weapons. I'm going to go to the video so you all can see what all he had because it's a lot. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance.
What we're going to start doing Monday is, since parents, you don't want to raise your kids, I'm going to start raising them. Every time we make an arrest, your kid's photo is going to be put out there. And if I could do it, I'm going to perp walk your kid so that everybody can see what your kid's up to.
All right, sir. Careful as you can. You're going to be walking over here to the gate over here, all right? Slow and steady. What you here for today? We're going to get you here in the building, all right? Follow this deputy here.
Put that foot down. Let me get the other foot. All right, come on in here. Have a seat in the cell. We're going to gather up some paperwork and get things started for you. Do you have any questions? All right.
Donald Trump.
Just a little thug in the making. Just a little thug in the making. So now let's talk about what he did. 11 years old. And, I agree with the sheriff or chief of police, whoever he was, when he said that he's going to put them in cuffs and he's going to perp walk them. He's going to show their faces. You need to. Because far too many times these little devils are out here doing all sorts of nefarious things and then that adults shouldn't even be doing. And then they don't want to show their faces. They don't want to tell their names because they're minors. Well, if they're committing grown folks acts, then they need to absolutely show their faces. So people can be warned about these demons. And so you can make sure your children are not actively hanging out with them. Now, a preteen Florida boy was handcuffed and thrown into county lockup after he allegedly bragged about his massive cache of weapons and plans to execute a kill list at 2 different schools. Now, I'm sorry, what? The Volusia County Sheriff's Office seized a stockpile of airsoft guns, knives, and swords after Carlos Kingston Dorelli, age 11, showed a video of his armory to classmates and threatened violence. This is what Sheriff Mike Chitwood alleged in a Facebook post, saying that he had a list of names and targets. He says it was all a joke. Who's laughing? Okay, because I don't find any of it funny, especially this. Let me just show y'all the stockpile again. Honey, this was not a darn joke. First of all, how did he get his little hands on all of this stuff? Look at this. Y'all see that? Does that look like a joke to anyone here? Does anything look funny about that? I don't see anything funny, honey, okay? These are the weapons that they seized. So anyway, that's his whole stockpile of weapons that the police confiscated. He had guns, magazines, swords, knives. It's just all ridiculous. Daggers. But let me continue. Now, for his joke, the sheriff slapped Dorelli with a felony charge of a written threat of a mass shooting and published a video of officers leading the boy into the jailhouse with handcuffs on his wrists and ankles. They also published his mugshot along with a photo of replica assault rifles, samurai swords, and throwing stars displayed on a table, like after a drug bust. So he even had Chinese stars. Oh, this boy was all about his business. This is a little cartel leader in the making. This kid is on his way to being a whole cartel. Okay, please pay attention. Who's raising him? Okay, I have questions about his parents. So anyway, the dramatic display came days after Chitwood vowed to perp walk kids who make prank threats amid a flood of bogus tips in the wake of the deadly shooting at Appalachian High School in Georgia that left 4 people dead. Saying every time we make an arrest, your kid's photo is going to be put out there. Well, you already heard that part. Florida isn't the only state inundated with threats to shoot up schools. On Friday, they say cops in Foley, Alabama, nabbed 2 teens for making a terrorist threat on social media. According to local police, now this was just days after a school in that town was placed on lockdown when a teacher overheard a student talking about having a weapon. The same day, a 12-year-old and 15-year-old were arrested in Indianapolis in 2 different cases of threats, against their school district. 2 12-year-olds were arrested last week in Texas, where authorities have booked at least 10 youngsters for threats of school violence in this school year alone. The Chitwood at least has had enough. For the little bastards out there, this is what they say. For the little bastards out there who think this is funny, ha ha. You want to get on social media? You ain't that smart. You're going to get caught. That's what he said. He called them little bastards too, and I don't blame him because that's exactly what they are. Let's look at the little perp again. This little 11-year-old thug in the making, a whole cartel leader, okay, in the making. Look at him. That's him. That is him. Okay, kind of puts you in the mind of to be honest, he kind of puts me in the mind, not by his looks or anything, but by his nefarious actions, kind of puts me in the mind of Tyreek on Power, on 50 Cent show Power. Okay. We next, aka DSB says he was just having a bad day. Okay, yeah, that's what they'll say, beloved. You know they will. Okay. Thank you for your contribution and your insight. Queen Stan said, damn, Jose. This is all crazy. But these kids, they're watching too much TV. They're playing too much video games. Okay, that's what they're doing. Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, just programming violence into their subconscious minds. For those of you who follow the spiritual channel, didn't we talk about this just days ago? How the subconscious mind, is in control of about 95% of the brain. So when people are watching certain things, seeing certain imagery or images and listening to certain audios and things like that, these things are being programmed into their subconscious. So if you have a child who's violent, maybe that child's violent because the parents may be violent in the home towards one another or even towards the children. Remember, people who are bullied become bullies sometimes. So if the parents are bullying the child or abusing the child, maybe the child lashes out and does these things to other people. Or if the parents are allowing the child to watch all sorts of violent movies, sitcoms, play violent video games, well, then that's not helping. Maybe that's why they have a propensity towards violence. So at the end of the day, parents need to be more accountable and need to start doing what they need to do to ensure that their children are not being raised as whole thugs and mass shooters and school shooters to come and hurt other people's children. Making a whole kill list at the age of 11 and having a whole arsenal of weapons of various types. This is absolutely crazy to me. Okay, how does this make any sense whatsoever? But anyway, with that all being said, everyone please like and share. Now, the last thing I want to bring to light is a death investigation in Hattiesburg. So let's get into it. Then I want to show a couple of missing people in the hopes that they will be found safe and sound. Like stuff, everyone please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Learning more tonight about a death investigation in Hattiesburg after a body was found near Timms Elementary earlier today. We're told an 18-year-old male was found dead near the intersection of Jamestown Road and Hillendale Drive on Tuesday morning. We do know that he was a former student of PCS, according to the school's director of communications. Hattiesburg police also say foul play is not suspected and that there was not a threat to the surrounding community. Forest County Coroner Lisa Clem tells us an autopsy has been scheduled for Wednesday morning at the State Crime Lab in Biloxi to determine a cause of death. Pine Belt, just like adults, children have their limits and struggles. And for parents or anyone with young people in their life, it's important to know the signs of depression so you can offer support. Today, we spoke with a clinical psychologist, and she says be aware of any changes to behavior.
A change in their eating patterns, their sleeping patterns, whether they're doing those things more or less than the norm, a change in mood. So if you're noticing that they're typically much more social, maybe more extroverted, but they're becoming more withdrawn. You're really wanting to look for a change from the person that you've seen for several years to something different now.
And we have the QR code on.
Okay, and so with that all being said, another dead body found, honey. But they say the crime rate's going down. That's what the FBI said. I want you all to pay attention. Said that the crime rate is going down. Well, where is this at? Because I don't seem to see it. Okay? Please pay attention. Now, Byron said they be quick to dismiss foul play, don't they? Of course they do. Especially when someone who looks like me. You already know how it goes. Okay? Queen Sam said, well, a change gonna come via an ace whooping. Terry Hinton said, facts, Queen, parents need to do a little bit better. Yes, they absolutely do. I mean, the age of these thugs and criminals are getting younger and younger. Okay, and all of these kids, how they don't look like me, okay, because they love to try to paint little black kids, specifically black males, as thugs and varmints. But what about these mass shooters at schools? Okay, and else other places. They don't look like me. Okay, nobody's talking about them being a problem. All right, and so anyway, the narrative's clearly being painted and pushed. Now let's go to this video um, about this missing person. Likes up, everyone, please like and share.
This is another call to action. Told us in Arizona, you guys are up. If y'all remember, we did a call to action back in August about Ahmadiyyah Mo. And at that time, when we did the call to action, she was found. And I was like, okay, when I saw this up again for September the 3rd, I called her mother to find out what was going on. Because I'm like, well, wait a minute, we just found her. Is this somebody trying to troll? Somebody trying to just play games, you know, because I've seen this a lot where they'll reshare pictures. But her mother told me this is real. And the first time she went missing, now we know the who of why she went missing the first time. She was being groomed. This little girl is in extreme danger, extreme danger. The police, Phoenix Police Department's looking for her, her mother, everybody. They're looking for her right now, but she is in extreme danger. Now, not only was she being groomed, it was by two people. He's 18 years old. He's grooming not only her, but he also introduced and groomed other friends of hers that are at the same school and in the community. And this boy right here, I'm not for sure how to really say his name, Javion James, something like that. But he's also a suspect in a shooting on the same day, 9/3. But he's the one introducing all these young girls to these older men. He's going to jail. Yes, he's going to jail for everything that he's doing because there's proof that he's doing this stuff. That's a better look at him. Get a good look at him because he's getting ready to wear those shiny new bracelets and an orange jumpsuit. Now, this is Javion James's friend. He's a 38-year-old man. He's a 38-year-old dusty monster. And he is considered armed and dangerous. There was an order of protection that was put out after the first time Ahmadiyyah came home. They put an order of protection out against him to keep him away from this little girl. And it was served on him on the 5th of August, but he violated it continuously. Now, the police department up there is letting us down because he violated this order so many times. The last time he violated it was on the 21st of August. And when the police were called, they refused to make contact on arrest. Why? And now we're here because that's who has her. And this time, he was able to successfully take her. Now, before you go blaming the little girl, she was groomed. She was seriously groomed. Think about your child. Think about your daughter. All right? So, look, what happened is Ahmadiyyah said she was going to go to the park to go write in her journal and everything. And next thing you know, Dusty Dude pulls up. And from what I found out, he had messaged her to meet him at the park. By the time the mother got down there, Anaya's mother got down there, she saw them, and as he was pulling off, he unloaded at her, along with Javion James, however you say his name. I'm calling Monster 1 and Monster 2. Now, the mother did call 911. They told her that we can't send a car until we know an exact address, but the mother was just freaking out right then and there. But this is his car. And in that car was Javion James and Dusty Dude, this monster right here. And they both unloaded at the mother. This is time for boots on the ground. If you see Jarrell Davis or Javion James, call 911. They are wanted. They are wanted right now for unloading, shooting weapons at people, especially the mother, in an open community. Now, the last place that Ahmadiyyah was seen in was the Trial housing community. That's in Tulsa, Arizona. Again, take a good look at this car. The tag number is PRA5XR. PRA5XR. And it was driven by Pedro number 1 right here, Dusty Dude. And he was in the vehicle also. Look, anybody in that community, if your daughters have been communicating with him, just know that he has been setting them up to meet with older men. This is proven. It was found inside of Anaya's phone. The police have everything. There's so much evidence of all of this stuff. But just know that your daughters, if they know him, if they communicate with him, he has been setting these young ladies up to meet with older men. This is a call to action. I need everybody to step up, put boots to the ground. Call 911 immediately.
Okay, and shout out to Prophet PI because he really reports on stories that matter at the end of the day, and he does a very good and thorough job doing so. With that all being said, listen, there's people out here grooming children, And there's people out here using younger people to go and recruit these young girls, as you can see, for these older men, because this is all about trafficking. That's what it all boils down to. Now, here's my thing. Now, I'm not going to blame the little girl because, of course, she's been groomed, and someone 38 years old, significantly older than her, has and more worldly and experience. Of course, they can run game on her and manipulate her. This is usually the case. But the problem is, for me, why the mother just took her word for it when she said she's going to the park to write in her journal. You can write in your journal in your room. You can write in your journal right here where I can watch you, because she just went missing and then was found not too long ago. So I wouldn't be trusting anything she says. Now, some of these parents are far too lenient on their children and just let their children do whatever and then think that they're supposed to be friends to their children. No, I'm not your friend. You're not on my level. You're not going to tell me what you're going to do. I'll tell you what you will and won't do. That's how that works. So parents need to start taking more accountability. Why would you let her go to the park? Okay, albeit she probably thought it sounded innocent, but I wouldn't believe anything her little butt was saying. Okay, after what she just been through. So now here she is missing again. And then this man shot at the mother. They could have killed her. So now your behavior and you being manipulated and just going behind my back and telling lies is putting you and me in danger. So that's the problem. Okay, so parents need to be held more accountable, honey. These children are just doing the most out here in these streets. And also, I have told you all repetitively that parents need to be checking their children's, specifically teenagers, checking their social media, okay, their phones and all of that. At the end of the day, should be checking to see what their history is saying on the computer, who they're talking to, and all of these things, because they have people like that 18-year-old who's out here recruiting them for these older men. He's getting paid pretty good to do so, more than he would get working at McDonald's or Wendy's. So that's why a lot of these people that are doing these things, of course, their incentive is money. Okay, so it's not really so much the drugs being sold on the corner these days, but now they're recruiting these younger teens to go out here and recruit other teens. Remember, this is the same thing that happened in the Jeffrey Epstein case with the trafficking. Okay, they had these little 15 and 16-year-old girls being recruited by Ghislaine Maxwell. And then once Ghislaine recruited them, she would tell the girls to go and recruit other girls your same age. And then we'll pay you $200 for bringing them. And then we'll give them $300 for coming. So that's how this is all working. So people need to be paying attention and be very much so aware of what their teenagers are doing and where they're going and to whom they're going with and who they're hanging out with. Okay, at the end of the day, parents are just not being parents like our parents used to be. Okay, back in the day, when you wanted to go somewhere with a friend, if your parents didn't know them, that friend had to come to the house, your parents had to meet them and meet their parents. But see, now people just let their kids do whatever and just base things, their decisions off of what the child has told them. Honey, I don't believe kids. Kids lie. Okay, they lie, and I know they lie, specifically teenagers, because I used to be a teenager, and I know I told plenty of lies. Okay, so I could do what I wanted. So at the end of the day, now my mother was strict, so I didn't get to do much. But what I'm saying is, y'all know teenagers be lying. So why are parents out here acting like they got to believe what these kids are saying, or they don't want to make the kids mad because they want to be so cool, the cool mom, the cool dad, and they want to be friends with their kids, okay, and get along with their kids' friends? Yeah, please, okay, wake up, because this is what happens when you do that. Okay, so that all being said, everyone please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Don't forget that I will be going live on the spiritual channel, okay, this evening at about 6:15, between 6:15 and 6:30. So make sure you have your notifications on. All right, and so I love you all to life. I hope you enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
With that flavor all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest this right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got